Hello and welcome back to my channel. As I said last time, I was going to do something a little bit different this time. Am I super close to the camera? I feel like I'm super close to the camera. Let me move back a bit. But I wanted to do something a little bit different this time around. I wanted to do a reaction video to a video that my friend requested, my good, real life friend, Alicia. She had requested that I react to Kat Von D's recent video about her not being a Nazi and not being an anti-vaxxer. Now, I have problems with this, first of all, because those are lies. second of all, because I just want to do something funny. Like I said, I want to be positive this week. I'm going to be recording videos with other people this week. I just want to do something very low-key. Doesn't take up too much of my time. As you can see, I'm not in my house. I'm in Ed's house. So I just want to do really short, interesting videos. What do I know about Kat Von D? I don't know anything about Kat Von D. I know she was on some tattoo shows like LA Ink. I know that she was good friends with the Queen Jeffree Star, whom I am a big fan of. I don't know about you, but he's wonderful. And he's had beef with her. They were also friends for about 10 years, or knew each other for 10 years. And from what I have heard about her, maybe this video is going to change my perspective. I don't know, girl. But what I've heard about her is that she is vegan, and she's so crazy vegan that she was going to not vaccinate her kid, even though she vaccinates her cats, which is mind-blowing if you ask me. Now, for all of you anti-vaxxers who may be part of my audience and may not like hearing this, you need to be vaccinated. Vaccination is so important for you to do because it prevents preventable diseases like measles, mumps, rubella, and all kinds of other things that are nasty and possibly life-threatening. And you need to get those vaccines not only for yourself, but also for people who can't get vaccines, like people with autoimmune diseases. So please, vaccinate yourselves, vaccinate your kids, vaccinate. And of course, on the other side of the video, please don't be a Nazi. Nobody likes a Nazi, you know? Fucking Hitler still gets ripped on today. And he's fucking dead. So stop being a Nazi. If you are a Nazi, don't be a Nazi. I'm gonna get this video started, and we will... Okay, there was another thing that I was meant to say. This is it. I have question and answers at the end of this video, which I had collected from Twitter. If you have not followed me on Twitter, please do. I think most of you are followed anyway because most of you come from there. But also, please do not expect this level of editing in every video. I've only sort of figured out editing on iMovie, which is on my boyfriend's laptop, so please don't expect too much from me. I am not a professional video maker, and I certainly can't edit videos on this. So, you know. But let's watch this video.
Hey guys, so as a lot of you know, I've been getting a ton of hate over two different controversial topics, both of which are pretty hard for me to talk about, but I just really want to try my best to clear the air, and so all I ask is that you please bear with me. Just to set the record straight from the beginning, I want to say I am not anti-Semitic, and I am not an anti-vaxxer. So
okay, first of all, what is this angle that she's recording from? Like, is she... This is such a... Okay, I'm just...
I'm going to talk about both topics, but just one at a time, and I wanted to start off with the anti-Semitic rumor and how that started, just because I think out of every comment that I've gotten, the ones that are calling me and my family Nazis, those are the ones that really just don't sit well with me. I mean, if anything, they're extremely offensive and just super hurtful, not just to me, but to my family. I know a lot of you guys do know, but I know a lot of you guys don't know that I am myself.
Okay, so the reason she's called anti-Semitic is for a number of reasons, and I mean, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but she's been called anti-Semitic or a Nazi for a number of reasons. One reason is that one of her husbands, I'm not sure which, one of her husbands had a swastika on his neck, tattooed there. And she also named some of her products after like these really offensive German terms that were not tasteful. One of them was like selection with a K instead of a C, which was a Nazi term for selecting people for concentration camps. So she's not known as a Nazi for no reason. Continuing.
Proud Latina. I was born in México, en Montemorelos, en Nuevo León. Yo sé que muchos de ustedes ya saben que yo soy Latina y que mi primer idioma era español. I know that a lot of people just assume that I'm white because I was not lucky enough to inherit my mom's really beautiful dark skin. But I do have her dark eyes. But I think that it's important too that people know that us Latinas come in all different shades of brown. Okay, so to help give you guys a better understanding of how this Nazi rumor started, I'm going to have to go back to a time that I honestly really hate to talk about. I hate thinking about it. I ended up going to years of therapy and healing in order to deal with a lot of the traumatizing things that happened back then. So you guys please forgive me if some of this stuff is a little bit hard for me to talk about. A lot of you guys remember Miami Ink. When that show first started, the ratings went up super quick, and the network started getting feedback from the audience saying that the show was lacking female energy. So they wanted to cast a female tattoo artist. So let's see, I was about 22 years old when I first joined Miami Ink and started filming with the show, and I remember that right after I started filming, the ratings went up, and it started to make one of the other cast members feel threatened. I don't think he was threatened only just by me, but I think he was threatened by any type of woman that has an opinion or, has a stand on anything. And that's when the hazing started. Sometimes I would show up to work and the contact screws, which are the little part on the tattoo machine that conducts the electricity that makes it to where your tattoo machine works, those were taken out just so that I wouldn't be able to tattoo that day. The mistreatment on set.
Wait. Is this the guy she wrote like a really anti-Semitic note to when she left? I feel like that's the guy. Okay, alright. Let's see you talk his way out of that one.
Was pretty unbearable over the time that I was there filming. There were so many times where he said things to me that were so repulsive I could never repeat those things out loud. He sent me a photo of his penis. And to me, I feel like the worst part of all of it was one time when we came out to LA. A couple of us...
Okay. See, this is what I have a problem with a lot of these like explanation videos, is that they're super like edited. There's so many cuts. I don't know. If any of that is true, I definitely feel bad in some sense for her, but it doesn't justify the note, for sure, if this is the same person. And second of all, I don't know why you needed a cut there.
Went out on the town. It was him plus 2 others, and I remember they got too drunk to drive, and so I said, hey, I'll drive, no problem. I wasn't drinking that night. And I remember he sat behind me, behind my car seat, and at one point he reached around and grabbed my breasts, and I remember pulling his hands off of me, and I think the worst part of all of it was that when I said what the fuck and turned to the other guys for support, they literally did nothing, and they just acted like nothing happened.
Okay, I cannot confirm or deny whether that happened. If it did, I really, really feel bad for her. I know what that's like, for sure. But I have a lot of questions. I'm gonna just let her finish.
Needless to say, none of this type of behavior ever made the air, and eventually I just had enough, and I ended up having to quit off camera. So before I left the set for the last time, some of the production crew guys had asked me for some 8x10s, and some for them and some for their families or the kids. And I was more than happy to bring some down, and so I left a stack there for anybody who wanted one to have one. The network obviously didn't want me to go because the ratings had been so high at the time, so they offered me my own spin-off show, obviously in a confidential way. We didn't tell anybody. And they wanted me to film this show where I would be back home in LA, I would open up my own tattoo shop, hire my favorite female artists, and it would be called LA Inc. We kept the lid on the entire production, and I remember I started filming the intro to the show, and that's when this other cast member eventually found out that LA Inc. was happening. He was so paranoid that LA Inc. would replace Miami Inc., which eventually it did, that he thought he could cancel my show by going to the network and showing them this 8x10 with a forged anti-Semitic message on it. I have no idea who actually forged the message, but what I do know is that the man who treated me so terribly on set took this 8x10 and threatened the network in saying that if they don't cancel LA Inc., that he would go to all these different media outlets.
Okay, So instead of apologizing, I mean, people, it is up for discussion, I think, still, whether or not that note is forged. I think it's real, given her history and given the kind of people she hung around with and married. But instead of just owning up to your mistake, you're going to claim that it's forged? That's how you're going to talk out of this whole anti-Semitism thing, because you have a lot of things. You have a lot of things to answer for. And also, if it was forged, and if all these things happened, why didn't you tell the network? Why didn't this come out earlier? I have so many questions.
And released the 8x10 with the forged message on it. The network, of course, could tell that it wasn't my handwriting, and so they decided to continue filming, which obviously made this man more angry, more vindictive, and he ended up following through with his threat and went to the media with this forged 8x10. Man, those were some crazy times. I mean, I was in my early 20s, and it was fucking crazy.
Okay.
It was like overnight, I was just falsely branded as an anti-Semite, and I had no idea how to handle it or what to do. I remember the network's publicist just told me just to stay quiet and let it go away, and it was really hard to, have people out there in the world believe that. Something that wasn't true, and eventually I just broke, and I went on to MySpace because it was the MySpace days, and I ended up writing
I wonder if the blog still exists.
Truthfully denying it. But other than that, nobody really knew the truth, and I never really talked about it or told my side of the story, and my voice was never really heard.
Okay, so instead of actually reporting it, I mean, I know this is like quite a while ago, but still, instead of reporting what happened to you in terms of the sexual misconduct and the abuse, and, this apparent forged message, and also still not revealing the identity of this person who did this to you, you wrote a blog in response, and now you're making a video how many years later? That doesn't sound... Okay, I don't want to come across as a dick. Okay, I don't want to come across as a dick. I have a lot of questions. This does not sound like a sound story. Continue. This is like half the video. Are you going to explain the lipstick names and the husband and other stuff that went on?
It's so false and so awful. None of this feels good to relive. But I have a son now, and seeing all of these awful comments and the things that people are saying, I can't just sit around and pretend like it's good.
Here's my theory, Kat Von D. You made this video because you knew it would get hits, because you put anti-vaxxer in the title, and that was your most recent scandal. The only way you could have made it more clickbaity is if you put Jeffree Star in the title.
Go away. And it sucks that over this last decade, every time this 8x10 comes up, I have to, be reminded of this really awful, traumatizing time. And
can you blame them? After every, anti-Semitic / Nazi thing that you have done, can you blame them? Can you really blame them?
After all this recent hate, it's just, enough is enough, and it's time for me to finally speak up and set the record straight. There's a reason why I'm choosing not to mention anyone's name, and I'm sure a lot of you will think I'm a coward, but honestly, I don't care. I think the idea of putting myself in the same sentence with this man, it makes me shudder just as much.
So just apologize for it. Admit that you did it, and then apologize for it. Or expose the person who did these things to you. It's not that hard. How many YouTubers have come back after apologizing for racism? I'm sorry, what the fuck? Your business is going to shit. I apologize that is happening to you, but you cannot deny that was partly your fault. For breaking up with a very lucrative business partner and close friend by making some shit up about him, and then doing all this Nazi shit. Okay, just be honest. Fuck's sake. Stupid things turned off again.
Such as having to relive any of this stuff that was so traumatizing. I'm definitely not asking my followers to spread any negativity or hate either. I think karma has a beautiful way of dealing with a lot of this stuff, and in all honesty, I just want to move on and I want to move forward, just like I have been trying to the last decade. The last thing I'll say about this topic is that, yes, I probably should have talked about this back when it was happening, but in all honesty, I did not have the support that I have now, and I definitely wasn't the same person I am now. I mean, I used to resort so much.
You are giving us a story, whether or not it's true. I don't fucking give a shit, because I'm not buying any of this. You are giving us a story. You are giving us a story of someone who did something to you, and you're not even going to say who it was, when you can actually have this person tried for a crime that they committed against you. For defamation, for sexual assault, for, I don't know if you can get charged for workplace bullying, but that too. You don't have to put your name grammatically, you don't even have to do that. You don't even have to say your name alongside this man's name. All you have to do is expose him, and then we can look deeper into the matter. But you're not going to do that because you know it's going to defame him. And he's going to press charges against you. And instead of apologizing for that heinous fucking letter, you're going to do this. This is what you've chosen to do. Kat Von D. This is what you have chosen to do. Girl, you have explained one part of the Nazi claims that have been made against you, of the anti-Semitic racist claims that have been made against you. You've accounted for one part. There are other parts. Why did I choose to watch this? Alicia, why'd you send me shit like this? Seriously.
To escapism and self-medicating through drinking and drugs, and as a lot of my fans and followers know, I am very happily sober. I'm actually celebrating 11 years of sobriety.
Congratulations on that,
7th.
at least.
And so, if that shit were to go down now, it would be a totally different story. So hopefully that explains where that rumor started and just puts it to rest once and for all. So now I want to talk about the uproar that I accidentally caused back when I talked about vaccines when I was pregnant.
Okay, she saved the anti-vaxxer part for the last 3 minutes, 2.5 even, of the video. Tell me that's not a clickbait. Tell me that is not a clickbait.
I'm going to try my best to make this part as short as possible. I know this video is getting pretty long, so I'm sorry for that. I'm not sure how to start this part of the topic, other than just by saying that I am not an anti-vaxxer. What I am is a first-time mother. I'm one of those moms that reads everything. I mean, I read everything from ingredients in foods to cleaning supplies
Shut the fuck up.
to medicines.
Shut the fuck.
Anything
Shut
that
the
is going
fuck.
in my
Girl, we all saw the Instagram comments, okay? We all saw you going back in and telling everyone that you were not going to vaccinate your kid. What the... Alicia, why did you make me watch this fucking video? You think I haven't seen the T-Spill videos? I've seen the T-Spill videos. I can't believe that you're this full of shit. People have fucking screenshots. You're on the internet. You think people don't have the evidence? Jesus. I am not a drama channel. I don't intend to be one. I'm completely regretting the choice of making this video now. But you think you can get away with this shit? You think you can get away with this? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Instead of saying, I changed my mind about being an anti-vaxxer, you're just gonna say that you were never one? Really? And we're supposed to believe your whole Nazi thing too? That you were never one? And that you were never anti-Semitic? Oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. It's no fucking wonder. It's no fucking wonder that Jeffree stuck at you, like, seriously. At least keep your story straight. Oh, that's like lying 101. Keep your story straight. Fucking cash grab piece of shit, I swear to God.
Baby or on my baby, I researched like a complete and total nerd. So back when I was pregnant, somebody asked me on Instagram if we were vaccinating our baby, and after doing a bunch of research and reading the ingredients, naturally I experienced some hesitancy. And you guys know me, I tend to...
Yeah, you researched like a complete and total nerd, and that's why you decided not to vaccinate your baby. Something that is entirely harmful. And also did not want to feed him formula. And all kinds of shit. Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. There's a difference between hesitancy, if that's even a word, and saying you're not going to vaccinate your kid. Why would you say that unless you were sure?
Share everything really with you guys. I'm an open book in that sense, and I wear my heart on my sleeve, and probably too much sometimes, more than I should.
You never listened to anyone.
But if I would have known that I would have let so many people down with that, I would have never ever shared where we were at with it at that time. Since then, we have decided as parents to consult with our pediatrician and just like...
Yeah, you would have never said that you were not going to vaccinate your kid and potentially threaten its life if you had known that so many people were gonna tell you that you're a fucking dumb cunt. Like, I don't even feel bad about saying that. You're a dumb cunt. Like, why would you... What? How long have you been on the internet? What is this, your first day on the internet? Have you never been on the fucking internet before? You did it as clickbait then, to get the attention of your fans and people, to get your name back circulating on Twitter and on Instagram, and you're doing this for the same reason. For the same reason. I'm so fucking done with this video, I swear to fucking God. Oh, because now you consult with your pediatrician. Now you consult with your pediatrician. Instead of talking to someone who is a doctor before your child is born to decide whether or not you want to vaccinate your kid. Who are you talking to back then? Some hoodoo, voodoo fucking magician with 3 eyes? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? How much money do you have, girl? How much money do you have? You're telling me that you could not take 5 seconds to consult your doctor about vaccines before you made a stupid, dumbass piece of shit post on Instagram? I'm so fucking angry about this. Why do I care so much? Why do I care so much about this piece of shit human being who can't even keep a simple lie straight?
Him educate us and guide us. But unlike before, I've learned my lesson, and I am choosing not to make our decision or any of our baby's health records public, and I just want to thank you guys for respecting that.
You see that sloppy, like, fucking makeup in her eye? I bet she did that on purpose. I bet she did that on purpose. It's been annoying me this whole video, but I bet she did that on purpose. Just so she seems, like, carefree and she doesn't give a fuck. I bet she did that on purpose. Okay, I would never wish death upon you, first of all. Second of all, you don't really have a stance when you are racist to people, when you are anti-Semitic, when you do these things to people, when you say these things, when you make, like, someone suffering, especially with things like that were used in the Holocaust and you name your lipstick after it, especially with things like that. You don't have a right to say you can't hate me. We are allowed to hate you. Everyone is entitled to hate other people. Death threats? Yeah, that's terrible. I would never wish that on anyone. I don't want you to get death threats. I don't want to get death threats. I get death threats as well, believe it or not. But, like, and I've only got 120 subscribers. But, like, the things that you have done, and the people that you have pissed off, you did not admit a single mistake in this video. Don't act self-righteous when you're not willing to be righteous. You did not admit to a single thing in this video. You said the guy forged the letter, and then you said you never were an anti-vaxxer, you just didn't know what you were doing. I've done that so many times on this video because it's literally how I feel, and I can't even orchestrate anything. Piss off. I'm so fucking upset. I'm so fucking angry. this piece of shit lady is going to tell me that she's not a Nazi, and I'm not fucking brown if she's not a Nazi. Or she wasn't. I don't know if she still is. Like, how easy would it have been for her to just apologize instead of fucking make all those excuses that she just made? Instead of saying, instead of saying, oh, we weren't sure of what we wanted to do. You were fucking sure. I saw you defending your position on Instagram and telling people not to tell you how to be a mom. Just admit you did a shit thing or made a stupid decision and you've changed your mind. People respect that. It's when you bullshit people that people don't believe you. It's a very simple equation. You know what? Fuck this video. I'm answering some questions and then I'm signing off. Like, fucking, it's a Tuesday night and I had to watch that shit. Never again. I'm never doing a react video again. Not for a while anyway. Miss Murtad and my sister asked me all I know about gay bars or LGBTQ bars. I've only been to a few bars. I frequent one, which is Pimp Shui. It's in Farringdon. It's great. It's lovely. It's wonderful. You should go there. One of the best bars. But I've been to a couple of clubs and a couple of bars. Ed loves gay bars because he feels like he can just be himself there. And my first date with him was actually at a gay bar. It was called GAY. It's in central London near Leicester Square. And it's a lot of fun. There's places to sit, there's places to dance, you can have your drinks. I mean, I don't really enjoy clubs. Clubs make me nervous. I actually made a video about that and I guess I'll link it down below. But it's a good place. As far as clubs go and the number of clubs I've been to, I'd probably say that if I were to go back to one, I'd probably go there, or one I hadn't been to before. I've been to a different gay club called Heaven, which is a nightmare because I felt like I was going to have an epileptic shock, or an epileptic fit, rather, because of the lights and the music and how many people there were. It was really gross and weird, and also you would think that you wouldn't get hit on in a gay bar. I can confirm that this is not true. I've been hit on in a gay bar. Not by lesbians. I've yet to be hit on by a lesbian. But by straight men who just creep around in there. So, there you go. That's everything I know about gay bars. I'm sorry, I'm in a really poor mood after that fucking video. Second question from Adrian. Things you don't like about London, or like about London. So, I've only lived in London. I know you said to include anywhere else I've lived. I've only lived in London. I was born in Bangladesh, but the year and a half that I lived there, I don't actually remember because I was a baby. I was born there, and I left when I was 1.5. And I came here and I've been living in London all my life. I went back to Bangladesh twice and I think I spent a total of about 2.5 months over all the trips there. So I wouldn't say that I've lived there. I've been on holiday there. But in terms of London, I mean, I can't really explain. London's a really big place, first of all. Central London is the most packed city you'll ever be in. I've heard it's quite similar to New York, but I have never been there, so I cannot confirm that. But London is a really big city. It's its own county in the UK, and I have lived mainly in Wembley, which I no longer live there anymore, and I don't really want to reveal where I live now because people want to fucking kill me sometimes. But yeah, I've lived in Wembley, I've lived in Neasden, I've lived in Willesden, and when I was really, really, really young, I lived in Chalk Hill, which is also in Wembley. What do I like about Wembley? I like that it's one of the safer areas in North London, Northwest London. North London is pretty unsafe, but Wembley's okay. I've walked around at night in Wembley many times, especially, only after I left Islam. And it's fairly safe. I can confirm that it's fairly safe to walk around in Wembley after 9 p.m. What I don't like about Wembley is that it's fucking crowded all the fucking time because of the fucking stadium, and the transport goes out the window. The roads are jammed, the buses are filled, the trains are packed like sardines. It is the worst when there is an event at either the stadium or the arena, and there's people fucking everywhere. They leave their beer cans everywhere, and their crisp packets and their peanut packets and everything. It's disgusting. Also, there's always a lot of roadworks and building works in Wembley because they're really trying to gentrify it and build it up and stuff. I remember when I lived there, I would see new buildings come out of nowhere. I would not realise that something had been built. And I worked in Wembley Park for a whole year. I was volunteering there for 4 different companies at that time. I worked there, and I would see new buildings sprout up out of nowhere every single day. And then, because there's new buildings everywhere, they would have to adjust the pipelines and the electrical lines and everything, so they'd have to dig up all of the stuff. And it would never be finished. To this day, it is never finished because they cover it all up when people come to the stadium and then they open it back up. It's such a waste. It's terrible. But in terms of Wembley, I loved the library. The library is great. It's one of the loudest libraries I've ever been to, which is perfect for me because I love noise and I love working in noise. And like I said, I volunteered for a year, so the community is really, really nice and really fun to work with. Everything is really easy to get to because it's, it's Wembley. It's pretty standard place to visit in London, especially if you're going to a game or seeing a show. And yeah, before that, I lived in Neasden, which is a terrible area. It's like it's just like a hop, skip, and a jump away from Wembley, but it's a terrible area. And Willesden was worse. I don't know what it's like now, but I lived in Willesden for most of my childhood, up until I was about 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. And we always used to go to the library there. Like those were the two places that I went to. Like libraries and community centres were the places I visited all the time. But I used to go to the library there, and the library there was amazing. Now it's like a tiny little library and they've put flats on top of it or whatever. But there used to be like a theatre there, there used to be a bookshop, there used to be like a cinema. It was an amazing library. I don't know why the fuck they decided to break it down, probably because the government has made cuts. And I don't like it, because I like libraries. I really like them. I haven't been to one in so long because they're just not cared for anymore. Next question from Carol. Snog, marry, avoid in history. Who would I snog, marry, and avoid in terms of history? I don't know. I haven't studied history in a long time. Who would I marry? You're gonna have to give me more than like this video to think of that. But off the top of my head, I would kiss or snog Julius Caesar. No, I would snog Cleopatra, I would marry Julius Caesar, and I would avoid Mark Antony because he's fucking weird. From Ganesh, where are the places I want to visit? Right now, I really, 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 really want to visit Japan. 100% want to visit Japan, and if I ever get this channel to a place where I can make money off of it, I will put all of those expenses into going to Japan, and like, I really want to backpack through the entire country from bottom to top and top back to bottom. Like, I want to see everything there is to see in Japan. I don't care how long it takes. I want to see everything in Japan. I'm really into animals and history, so I would want to see all the animal stuff and all the history stuff. Other places that I would like to see, I would love to go to Scandinavia. I would love to see Norway. I would love to see Iceland. I would love to see Sweden. I really want to go to Denmark. I would love to go to Greece, Rome, like the normal history places to go to. I guess I would have loved to go to Syria, but they tore down all the historical monuments. So, I once had an interest of going to America, but my ex is from America. I have no interest in going there anymore. Like, America is completely ruined for me. But I would love to go to Canada. Canada is one of the places I would love to go. I'm going to quickly check if there are any more questions, because I know I put that fucking question thing out like this morning. No, there's no more questions. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me freak out about Kat Von D. She's like one of the most annoying people alive right now. Like, not to the point where we need to like get rid of her, but to the point where I just want to avoid her as much. That's who I would avoid in history. I would avoid Kat Von D because she annoys the fuck out of me. And I'm pretty sure, Alicia, you knew that, and that's why you sent me that video of her just lying her face off for 11 minutes, and I reacted to it. But yeah, I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna have a drink and I'm gonna chill out and watch something with my boyfriend, who is patiently waiting for me in the other room. I will see you in the next one, and hopefully you will see some content go out today with some other wonderful people off Twitter. I'm not gonna say who. In the next week, well, I have 2 videos I plan to make. Obviously on Friday I'm recording with Outfold Podcast that you should watch because it's a great show, or listen to rather. It's on Spotify mainly. But I'll leave all those, all of that is gonna be in the description below. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.